Hey y'all, welcome back to Movement Link. So, as we're talking about performance, aesthetics, joint and tissue health, and overall health and wellness, a huge piece of getting results, recovering from workouts, being able to to promote wakefulness that'll in turn promote sleepiness and sleep better, a huge part of insulin sensitivity and having your body digest food better is the component of non-exercise activity. So what do we mean by non-exercise activity? The main thing is it's just in the name. It's things that don't count as your workout. So the mistake people make is they think that that 1 hour they spend in the gym a few times a week can negate the negative effects that living a sedentary life or having a poor diet and all these other things, not sleeping. They think this hour in the gym can take care of all of that stuff, and that is just not the case at all. So I would say almost just as important, I would put this on an equal footing as working out, is this non-exercise activity. So this is just going to be movement throughout the day. So a big part of this, and what we like to try and get people to do, is about 10 minutes of yoga or mobility in the morning. That paired with kind of the cool downs and the warm-ups we do in the gym go a long way for developing range of motion. The other thing we try and get people to do is just be active throughout the day. So we try and get them to accumulate 10,000 steps throughout the day. Now, this isn't a magic number. 10,000 steps isn't a magic number. Everyone's different. We've got different jobs, the amount of working out, the types of exercise. There's so many things that go into this. Just in general, we know if you're getting about 2,000 steps a day, you're way off the mark. If you're getting between 8,000 and 25,000, you're doing great. So let's stick with the 10,000 mark number and let's just talk about strategies to get this in. So if you're someone who has a desk job or you're a student, a lot of people have a hard time getting this in, and so what they need to do is attack it in just a planned out way. So I just want to talk about how we can get it and how easy it really is to work this in, because in the beginning, as you're looking at a step counter, you might start to get a little overwhelmed by how am I supposed to get this in. So let's talk about it. 10,000 steps a day is about 5 miles. So that's what we need to do. The goal is for you to accumulate about 5 miles of distance. From what I have seen just from myself, and I have a stand-up desk, but you don't get very much credit standing versus sitting with a step counter anyway. So although standing is better than sitting it for so many reasons, we've got other videos on that. As far as what your steps count, it's not really considered. So really what I've found is that I can take care of most of my steps just everyday moving around type stuff. So all I need to do is fill in the gaps. How do I fill in the gaps? I do 2 about half-mile walks. So I have a 900 meter, 800 meters is a half mile. So I've got a 900 meter loop around my house. So first thing I do, I wake up in the morning. First thing I do is go for a walk. So it's about 800 meters. The funny thing, and I've talked about this with the yoga and mobility stuff in the morning too, is every single morning I do not want to go for the walk. And it's just the funniest thing looking back on it every day and getting to it every morning is my heart and soul does not want to go on the walk. It's so funny to me. I don't know why. And as soon as I've started, I love it. When it's done, I'm so happy I did it. So don't let in the moment you affect what you should be doing to push your life in the direction you want to go, because in the moment you can be a weird person sometimes. I know I am. So anyway, half-mile walk in the morning. When I come back in, that's when I do my 10 minutes of yoga and mobility. So I just kind of pair those together. The other thing I do is I eat lunch. I try and take my time eating lunch, take a few extra breaths, and then after lunch, I do another half-mile walk. So these half miles, it doesn't take long to walk half a mile. We're talking about 10 minutes, okay? So 10, 15 minutes max. So if you're thinking, I don't have that much time, I can't take walks throughout the day, you're lying to yourself or you're not being honest with yourself. It's 10 minutes. You can figure it out if you want to. If you're not figuring it out, it means you don't want to, which is fine. But don't blame it on you don't have time. You've got time. So 2 half-mile walks, I recommend first thing in the morning. Knock that out. You won't want to. Doesn't matter. Knock it out. Super easy. after lunch is a great time too. And then I do a much longer walk in the evening. So that'll be anywhere from about a mile to 2 or 3 miles. And I just take a longer walk in the evening. It can be post dinner or it can be leading right into dinner, whatever makes more sense for you. Me and my wife will go on it sometimes. Take your family, take your kids. This can be great. So you can see the 10,000 steps a day adds up to be about 5 miles. This is only 3 miles. So what I have found is just the random movements. I'm probably getting some credit right now. But anyway, the random movements throughout the day can usually, for me personally, add up to about 2 miles. So as long as I'm getting a couple short 10-minute walks in, and then a longer 2 miles is about 40 minutes, so 30 minutes to an hour walk. If I can get that in, what I feel, not only am I getting my 10,000 steps a day and getting my check mark, but what I feel is my recovery from my workouts are so much better. The results I'm getting are so much better, but also I sleep so much better with this amount of activity each day. So remember, we're trying to balance exercise with your nutrition, with your sleep, and with non-exercise activity. And for most people, you have to do a little bit of work to create the habits and routines that'll get you the amount of non-exercise activity that will have a huge impact on your life. But it's very, very doable with just a little bit of effort. And then when you're in those moments of not wanting to do it, just stick to the plan, get it started, because so often if you can just get it started, doing the thing is actually really easy and enjoyable. Hope that helps. Try it out. Talk to y'all soon.